In this video, we will cover best practices from plant emergence through maturity and a few key things to look out for along the way to ensure you have a successful season. A strong, developed root system is one of the best ways to ensure your crop thrives during the winter months. Ideally, roots are a minimum of 3 inches in length by early winter, setting the stage for a resilient crop from winter to harvest. Keep in mind that achieving uniform emergence is crucial. Plants that emerge later, extending into spring, can complicate the harvest by causing inconsistencies in crop maturity across the field. Starting in late November or early December, you will conduct your first scouting trip. You will be looking for several key indicators that signal a successful growing season ahead. These include plant size, density, uniform emergence, and weed pressure. You're also looking for plant quantity, as well as consistency and distribution across the entire field. On this initial scouting trip, you'll first want to measure plant spacing. To do this, toss the 1 square foot measurement ring in random sections around the field to identify the plant count within its circumference. Ideally, there will be 6 to 10 plants per square foot, with a plant size of about 3 to 4 inches in diameter. By December, don't be alarmed by yellowing at the plant's base. This is a normal sign of plant development and not an indicator of overall crop distress. Weed pressure can pose a significant challenge for plant development, especially from henbit and chickweed. Heavy weed pressure can rob plant nutrients and light, and can be a host for plant diseases that impact CoverCress. There is currently no rescue weed control program available to mitigate broadleaf weed infestations. Here is an example of a field with acceptable henbit levels, and here is where the weed pressure is too high. Return to the field in late February or early March for another crucial evaluation. On this visit, you will determine if there is frost damage, rot, or mold, and if your stand is good enough for fertilization and harvest. You want to see a healthy density of 4 to 6 plants per square foot. It is common to have some plant loss over the winter, but if the final stand falls below 4 plants per square foot, this would be considered a total loss. It's important to remember that challenges such as heavy residue, drought conditions, weed competition, and winter kill can lead to reduced stands in certain areas of the field. To get a comprehensive view, collect samples from multiple points across the field, ensuring the stand's uniformity is consistent. Other issues to watch for after the winter months are frost damage and heaving. Both will reduce stands as the crop begins to bolt. Heaving may occur if there is significant freezing and thawing in late winter. This will expose the roots and result in root rot or crown rot. Frost damage will also cause crown rot, as shown here. If disease pressure occurs, it will typically present later in the season. Sclerotinia, commonly referred to as white mold, may develop if moist and cool conditions are present for the fungus to develop. If everything is on track for a good harvest, the next step is to apply a tailored fertilizer program. For spring, the recommended rate of application is a minimum of 50 pounds per acre of actual nitrogen and 20 pounds per acre of actual sulfur for soils testing below 20 ppm. The nitrogen and sulfur should be applied no later than the bolting stage to minimize foliar burn if a liquid application is made. CoverCress recommends using a dry formulation of nitrogen, especially if nitrogen applications are delayed. These visuals will assist you in identifying when your CoverCress crop has reached the bolting stage. A fertility application is critical for optimal CoverCress performance. This image shows a field where nitrogen has not been applied, compared to a field where nitrogen has been applied. By scouting throughout the entire growing season and following precise fertilization guidelines, you will nurture the CoverCress crop from seed to maturity, ensuring a successful yield season after season.